We're on it. Roger. Roger. Ten four. You have a maker model on that? We got it. Yep, gotcha. Yes, good to go. Hi guys, we're over the Artesia Freeway, 91 westbound. This is right by the Atlantic off-ramp. This is where the 91 and the 710 come together. We're coming to North Long Beach. Difficult to make out what kind of make and model that is. 91 west right by the 710. We have heard from the California Highway Patrol this is possibly a burglary suspect. This may be vehicle out of Oklahoma. These are things that are still being sorted out now by officers on the ground. But we'll open up that shop for you here. 91 near the 710. We're in westbound lanes. Not sure if he's going to go north or south 710. Looks like he's going to actually stick with the westbound 91. And you can see a couple of the cruisers just behind that vehicle in the far right lane, the slow lane, and traveling at pretty reasonable speeds. Now the rain has eased up. You can see the freeway is kind of dry right now. He's driving at about 65, maybe 70 miles per hour. Nothing too reckless like the pursuit we saw earlier this evening. This one came to us out of the San Gabriel Valley a short time ago. We first heard about this one on the 10 westbound through West Covina. The suspect joined with the southbound 605. We followed him south on the 605 as they picked up the 91 westbound out of Cerritos, and in no time at all, we have made our way here into North Long Beach. Still hazy, a little bit of fog in the area, but looks like up ahead, pretty light traffic on the 91 westbound. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this portion of the freeway, the 91 westbound near the 710, it goes a little farther over toward the Harbor Freeway, the 91 and the 110. At that point, the 91 westbound turns into Artesia Boulevard. Looks like he may try and make the exit here. Unclear if that's an off-ramp or a freeway transition, but we are near North Long Beach, and we'll get that shot just a little bit wider for you. Here he is coming off the freeway. He's got the brake lights on, a little bit of traffic right in front of him. You got 3, 4, maybe even 5 CHP cruisers just behind him, and he has exited the freeway at what appears to be Santa Fe, so this will be close to Compton. He'll go under the freeway here, southbound on Santa Fe, under the 91 freeway out of North Long Beach through Compton, and now back onto surface streets. Traveling at pretty reasonable speeds right now. Appears to be under 30 miles per hour now into the neighborhood. Now, in this Compton neighborhood, you can see it's a heavily populated residential neighborhood, apartment buildings, condominium complexes, single-family homes. You may hear all that police activity outside. You don't want to get involved. These things can turn violent in no time at all. So wherever you are, stay indoors, stay out of harm's way, and give these officers plenty of room to take this person into custody. We don't know how many people are in that vehicle right now. Clearly just the driver, and I can't see through that front window if there are any passengers or anyone in the back seat. Also, like with most cars now, you have a lot of those tinted windows, so not only difficult for us to see at our altitude, but for officers on the ground, it'll be difficult for them to see inside as well. So he was on Santa Fe, made a bit of a loop. Now he's northbound again. Looks like he might head back up toward the 91 freeway. This time of the evening, traffic is very light on surface streets, on the freeway as well. And he appears to be under 20, 25 miles per hour on surface streets. Brake lights are on, coming up on a green light. Looks like he's kind of confused, doesn't know which way he wants to go, and he's going to make that left or westbound turn, and that may well be an on-ramp back onto the westbound 91. There's really nowhere for that suspect to go. Officers are right behind him. We thought they were CHP officers, but the markings on that vehicle look a little bit different, so it's unclear if those are, in fact, CHP officers. They are making a loop right here to rejoin the freeway, and that might be the 91 eastbound. Looks like he's going to make that eastbound turn. So he came to us from the San Gabriel Valley, initially reported on the 10 westbound right by the 605. He went south on the 605, picked up the westbound 91, got off on surface streets, and then right back onto the freeway, 91 eastbound. So out of North Long Beach now with officers right on his tail. Looks like he'll head back toward the Cerritos area where the 605 and the 91 freeways come together. Once again, if you're just now joining us, this is reported as a possible burglary suspect. That may be a rental car. I tried to catch the license plate, but I couldn't make it out. It's just too dark right now, but there was some discussion about that being a rental car out of Oklahoma. The freeway is lightly traveled. There isn't any moisture. The rain stopped quite some time ago, so everything is in the favor of that suspect, and he is driving at reasonable speeds. Once again, I believe that's the 91 eastbound out of North Long Beach, heading over towards Cerritos. And back to you in the studio.
All right, and Bill, it looks as though we have a couple of patrol cars following behind this person, leading them on in pursuit. At times, they seem to close the gap between law enforcement and the person trying to get away, and at times they back off. It looks like now they are inching a little bit closer to this person leading them on pursuit. And Jeff, I see so far in this camera shot that we just had at least 4 patrol cars fully engaged, their lights on, actively chasing this person down the freeway.
Yeah, you saw part of the protocol is when they get on those side streets, it's a lot more dangerous. You got stop signs and stop lights that they go through, pedestrians. You got two-way traffic there, so the cars got the police cars got a little closer up to that suspect vehicle. But now that's back on the eastbound 91. You can tell that they're kind of giving this car a little bit more space. This is one of those situations where this car is being pursued by 3 or 4 police cars. They're all going the kind of the same way, so it's a little safer environment. We haven't seen a lot of aggressive driving from this suspect quite yet. This is a rental vehicle, some sort of a SUV, we believe burgundy in color is the vehicle there. The suspect is wanted for burglary, and Bill Thomas is in Sky 9 with a look at what's happening now. Bill?
Yeah, either an SUV or a minivan. The initial reports we had, this is a vehicle possibly out of Oklahoma that may be a rental car as well. And if you missed that a few minutes ago, I was trying to look at the license plate. I just couldn't make it out. It's too dark. Things are moving a little bit too quick, so I can't make out those plates. It's reported as a possible burglary suspect. Police officers just behind this guy. There are at least 4 officers. I thought they were CHP officers at first. They may be law enforcement from the San Gabriel Valley. Generally, when they start on the surface streets in one area, once they go to the freeway, local authorities will turn these things over to the California Highway Patrol, but looks like city police, I can't tell what city they're from just yet, but there are 3, 4, maybe even 5 officers right behind this guy. If they haven't called in the CHP just yet, I think they will most likely. We're continuing 91 eastbound. That might be Cherry Avenue. Hard to see that sign over there. They are getting closer and closer to the 605, and we're going to open up that shot for you just a bit to let you see what's ahead of that suspect vehicle. Traffic has been pretty light, especially when he was on the westbound 91, but now that he has picked up the 91 eastbound, we'll tilt up while keeping that suspect still in the shot, and you can see there is a traffic jam right there. So we'll see what he does here coming up in just a bit. Very rare for police officers to implement that pit maneuver on the freeway, but if he does get at a slow enough speed, oh, that was
it looks like they're
a pit
doing
maneuver.
it now.
He just stopped there. Yeah, he was on the 91 eastbound. He made a stop. He made a turn, went the wrong way. That's actually an on-ramp that the suspect is on right now, an on-ramp to the 91. He made a very quick turn there, tried to get away from police officers. Back on surface streets now. He's under the freeway overpass. He's going to come out right under us. There he is right there. That was a quick dodging effort. It may have been successful for just a moment. He's going to get under us. Bear with us. And there he is right there back on the freeway again. So he went the wrong way. He was on the 91 eastbound, used an on-ramp to exit the freeway going the wrong way, went under the overpass, tried to dodge officers. They were too smart for it. Most likely they've seen that maneuver before. And he's right back on what I think is going to be the 91 eastbound. And average speeds here about 65, 70 miles per hour. Nothing really out of the ordinary, not exactly reckless driving. And at this point, the only information we have about that suspect is that it's a reported possible burglary suspect. Once again, those windows are very heavily tinted. Many cars have tinted windows right now, so difficult for us to see. If there's a police helicopter in the area, that'll be difficult for him to see as well. And of course, for police officers on the ground, they don't know how many people are in that car. Are there willing participants, unwilling participants? There is the Cherry Avenue off-ramp. So we're 91 Cherry Avenue, which is near the 91-710 split. That'll be in North Long Beach. And it looks like he'll continue out towards Cerritos in the one lane next to the far right lane. So it's a very dangerous maneuver there just a couple of minutes ago. I can tell by that on-ramp, that's the Atlantic exit coming up. So when he got off the freeway, used the on-ramp to exit the freeway, he actually picked up the 91 westbound. He's coming up on the 91-710 split where he was just a couple of minutes ago. That's where you saw him get off the freeway at the Santa Fe off-ramp in Compton. Went southbound on Santa Fe under the 91 into a residential neighborhood. Whether or not he knew the area, it's unclear, but he seemed to get in and out of that neighborhood very quickly, very effectively, very rapidly, and then right back onto the 91 freeway. So we'll see what he does here next. We're coming up on the 91-710 split where he was just a mere few minutes ago, on and off the freeway, on and off surface streets, driving now down the middle of the freeway. And just so you can see the shot once again, there's nowhere for that suspect to go. He probably doesn't have a game plan, but these officers behind him, they do have a game plan. Now they are 5 deep and more resources available at any time with just a radio call. Once again, this is North Long Beach. Traffic is very light. We were showing you that heavy congestion over by Cerritos. He was on the 91 eastbound, right by the 605, traffic getting heavy, and that's most likely why he saw that heavy traffic, tried to jump off the freeway and go the wrong way on the off-ramp, on the on-ramp, using it as an off-ramp. Fortunately, no one was hit there. Right back onto the westbound 91, and we'll see what he does here next. He may opt to exit the freeway. If he does, that would be an indicator to me that he knows somebody in that neighborhood. Maybe he's from that neighborhood. He might have friends, a family, colleagues, co-workers. He might know somebody in that neighborhood, or he might just continue here westbound on the 91. We're getting a little bit of haze. There might be a little bit of moisture on the ground as well. A little cloudy here, so we'll open up that shot for you in just a bit. It's a little bit fuzzy, but I think the weather will clear up here in just a bit. Out a little further to the west, out by Gardena, I can see off the nose of the helicopter there is some more rain, some light drizzle, and that might be what you're seeing in the shot here right now. So again, we're 91 westbound. We've crossed, I believe, the 710, the next major freeway interchange. That'll be where the 91 and the 110 come together into Gardena. He's still a couple of miles away from that, and now he's going to exit the freeway once again. This will be somewhere near the North Long Beach area. I didn't catch that off-ramp, but if he stays in that left lane, that'll indicate a southbound turn, and this might be where officers try that pit maneuver once again, spin him out of control, and there goes that pit maneuver, very effective. Spun him out of control, but he regained control, and they might try one more pit maneuver.
Okay, Bill, let's we're gonna jump in here and let you get ready for CBS 2 at 11 o'clock here in just minutes. We'll pick it up there. Just a few minutes here left on KCAL 9 as we continue to follow this breaking news of a police pursuit. Now, that also was the first attempt at a pit maneuver once he exited going eastbound the 91. We're on surface streets now. We understand there's a little bit of rain. There's been some rain in the area, and now it appears this driver is stopping.
Yeah, instead of attempting the pit maneuver again, it looks like all of the law enforcement now is able to get behind this person who has decided to stop engaging law enforcement in a pursuit, but now we have a different situation, different scenario, and different set of problems for the officers. They have to now approach this car, and they have to try to establish communication with the person driving, person behind the wheel. This is a very dangerous situation. They don't know what they're dealing with the person behind the wheel, if that person is armed, not armed, what kind of mental state they're in. So this is a very touchy situation. But, Jeff, I can't see here whether or not the person has stepped out of the car, but it doesn't appear to be.
It appears that they have at least one arm out of the window at this point in time. That's a suspect vehicle. Right there, it's going to be like a burgundy minivan or SUV. You see all the cruisers around there. You see one arm. I would assume it's his left arm. So, you know, what happens at this situation is they will tell that driver to throw out the keys, to open up the door, to back up. It looks like he might have just thrown out the keys. You see that lit up just to the right of the center stripe there. So what we have is a number of police officers at the end of this police pursuit. We do believe that the suspect is wanted for burglary. We understand that this is a rental vehicle out of Oklahoma. And it appears that this is also the end of the pursuit, and hopefully they can get this guy in custody in just a few minutes.
Yeah, well, as you said, Jeff, one of the first things they do when they establish contact is ask that driver to throw the keys out. It appears that's what happened, and now the driver's side door is opening, and it appears the person behind the wheel has stepped out of the car, as we have seen so many times, with their hands up and their backs facing the officers.
Okay, this guy is going to be in custody in just a few minutes. We're going to wrap it up here on KCAL 9. Don't forget KCAL9.com, as well as we could...
Fresh from the uniquely LA intersection of seafood and street food. El Pollo Loco's Baja Shrimp menu. Delicious shrimp marinated in chipotle chilies and garlic and served all your favorite ways. This season's offering from El Pollo Loco. Now order online. Have you ever...
Looks like 91 710-ish. Hey, Des, for helicopter, you guys catch the street he's on here? Ten four, thank you. So don't. Yeah, free five. Free five. Suspect in custody. For the booth, you want me to call for video and do what? I'm sorry. Okay, very good. I'll talk about my live picture while you roll video, and I will not call for video, right? You're just going to roll it? Okay, very good. Okay. Where are you going? Yeah, fortunately this came to an end. Nobody got hurt. We're on Long Beach Boulevard right by the 91. This is in North Long Beach. West Covina police officers in the middle of your screen there. They're pushing that vehicle off to the right shoulder. That's the vehicle they were chasing. This may have been a burglary suspect. That car may have been registered out of Oklahoma. They were chasing this guy up and down the 91 through North Long Beach, through Cerritos as well. This originated in West Covina. You can see West Covina police officers right there. They never did call in the CHP. The suspect was quickly taken into custody. The car has been cleared. He was the only person in that vehicle. He's in the back of that West Covina cruiser right now in custody. Unfortunately, this has come to an end with nobody being hurt. Reporting live from Sky 2, I'm Bill Thomas. Back to you in the studio. That's IBS for the helicopter, and what's next? Roger. I get you. Okay, I'll do a quick wrap on the internet, and it's Facebook, right? Back to Van Nuys, 10-4, thank you. If you're still with us here on Facebook Live, this is where that pursuit just came to an end in North Long Beach Boulevard, right by the 91. You can see in the middle of your screen there that red SUV or minivan that was reported as a burglary suspect. West Covina police officers told us they were chasing that guy. That may have been a rental vehicle based out of Oklahoma. They were chasing that guy on the 10 westbound through West Covina, through the San Gabriel Valley, onto the southbound 605. From there to the westbound 91. He was up and down both sides of the 91 before he got off the freeway a couple of times, back on the freeway, and then he got up here. Quickly surrendered to police officers. They did exercise kind of helped bring this to a close. It didn't exactly end the pursuit when that pit maneuver happened, but he continued for a short time longer. Then he pulled over, complied with the commands of police officers, exited the vehicle, quickly taken into custody. We're departing the area right now, so the shot is looking a bit longer, but you can see still plenty of activity here on Long Beach Boulevard near the 91. One or two of the right lanes are blocked. They may have to hold all southbound traffic for just a couple of more minutes and then get everybody on their way. But fortunately, this chase has come to an end. Nobody got hurt, suspect in custody, and everyone goes home safely.